Admiral Krell of the Galactic Union's 7th Fleet stared at the holographic display of the small blue-green planet with mounting frustration. The primitive species inhabiting this backwater world had refused diplomatic contact for the third time, and the Union Council was growing impatient. "They're ignoring our hails again, sir," Lieutenant Dax reported from her communication station. "All attempts at establishing contact have been rejected." Krell's tentacles twitched with annoyance. The humans, as they called themselves, were being unnecessarily difficult. The Galactic Union had encountered thousands of pre-FTL civilizations before, and protocol was well established. Make contact, offer technological advancements, and welcome them into the fold of enlightened species. Some resistance was expected, but Earth's stubborn isolationism was unprecedented. "Send the message again," Krell ordered, his voice resonating through the command deck. "Inform them that we represent 500 star systems and that their continued refusal will be considered an act of hostility." "That might not be wise, sir," Commander Trell, his first officer, interjected cautiously. "Intelligence reports suggest humans have a rather unpredictable temperament." Krell dismissed the concern with a wave of his upper appendage. "They're a single-planet species with rudimentary fusion technology. What could they possibly do against our fleet?" As if answering his question, the proximity sensors blared. "Multiple objects approaching from high orbit," the tactical officer shouted. "They'd appear to be, sir, they're rocks. Large asteroids." Krell clicked his mandibles in amusement. "Asteroids? They're throwing rocks at us?" Display on main viewer. A holographic display shifted to show dozens of massive asteroids descending toward their position. What had initially seemed laughable suddenly became concerning as Krell noted their trajectories. These weren't random rocks. They were precisely aimed, accelerating at rates that indicated artificial propulsion. "Evasive maneuvers," Krell ordered. Too late. The first asteroid, roughly the size of a small moon, slammed into the Union flagship with devastating force. 3 more capital ships were obliterated in quick succession before the fleet could even begin defensive countermeasures. In an underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, General Alan Thompson watched the battle unfold via satellite feed. Beside him, Dr. Emily Reed monitored the performance of Earth's hastily constructed gravitational tractor systems. "Project Slingshot is exceeding expectations," she reported, eyes fixed on her displays. "The alien fleet is attempting to regroup, but they're scattered. Predicted casualty rate, 70% of hostile vessels and counting." Thompson nodded grimly. When the alien armada had appeared in Earth's orbit 3 weeks ago, humanity had initially panicked. But panic quickly gave way to determination. If these visitors wanted to threaten Earth, they'd learn a painful lesson about human ingenuity. The Kuiper Belt Defense Initiative was worth every penny. Colonel Martinez remarked from across the room. "Those aliens brought energy weapons to a rock fight, and they're losing," Thompson added. Aboard the auxiliary command ship, what remained of Admiral Krell's fleet was in disarray. 17 vessels destroyed, 12 more critically damaged. The humans had somehow managed to redirect dozens of asteroids from their solar system's outer regions, accelerating them to near-relativistic speeds using what appeared to be crude but effective gravitational manipulation technology. "We've underestimated them severely," Commander Trell said, her voice somber. Intelligence reports failed to mention their defensive capabilities. Krell, nursing an injury to his lower extremities, glared at the tactical display. They were supposed to be primitive. How could they harness such destructive power without antimatter technology? A junior communications officer approached cautiously. "Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the planet. They're requesting to speak with you directly." On screen appeared a human male in what Krell recognized as military attire. His expression was stern but not hostile. "This is General Thompson of Earth's Unified Defense Command. Your aggressive posturing in our space has been noted and responded to. We have no desire for interstellar conflict, but make no mistake. We will defend our home with everything at our disposal." Krell's translator implant conveyed the human's calm determination, which somehow made the message more unsettling. "You've destroyed half my fleet with rocks," Krell responded, unable to keep the disbelief from his voice. The human's expression didn't change. We use what we had available. Our solar system is rich in resources that make excellent projectiles when properly directed. We have approximately 300,000 more objects of similar or larger size that can be deployed if necessary. A chill ran through Krell's exoskeleton. The casual mention of such devastating potential was more frightening than any direct threat. The Galactic Union meant no harm, Krell found himself saying. We merely sought to establish contact. By threatening us? Thompson replied. That's not how we begin friendships here. Perhaps you should reconsider your approach. 6 months later, Earth's first official diplomatic delegation arrived at the Galactic Union's Central Worlds. Led by Ambassador Robert Turner, the human contingent was received with a mixture of curiosity and barely disguised apprehension. They're afraid of us, Turner noted to his aide as they prepared for the initial council meeting. Can you blame them? We destroyed half their contact fleet with glorified space debris. Turner smiled slightly. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. Humanity spent centuries fighting among ourselves before we united. We learned the hard way that aggression invites devastating response. When the Union Council convened, the Supreme Counselor addressed the elephant in the room immediately. Humanity's defense of their system was unexpected. Such ingenuity suggests you'll be valuable members of our community, provided we can establish mutual trust. Turner nodded respectfully. Earth has no interest in galactic conquest, Counselor. We simply protect what's ours. If the Union can respect that principle, I believe we'll get along just fine. As the meeting continued, a new term entered the Galactic Union's diplomatic lexicon, one that would be associated with humans for centuries to come: rock diplomacy. The art of making one's point clear without saying a word. The lesson was simple. Those who casually threaten Earth tend to find out exactly what humans are capable of when provoked. And it usually involves something simple, abundant, and utterly devastating.